Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. Hope everyone's well wherever you are. Please comment in the comment section any thoughts you have after this video, or anything you want to comment, and I hope you'll support my videos and channel as much as possible. I'd be really appreciative. I really appreciate it. And lost my train of thought now. I was thinking for this video, maybe if you can find any facts or interesting things that you think people might be interested in about Inter Milan, please comment in the comment section about anything you might find, or any information about Inter Milan which could be of interest to other people watching this video, or who read the comment section. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what information you can find, if any, and again, I'd love to hear what you think about each idea, what's your least favourite or most favourite ideas, or any suggestions you have generally, or anything like that. And yeah, so here goes. So please check out part 1 if you haven't already done so, and look out for part 3 when it comes out. And here goes. So as I say, this is continuing on from part 1. So where I covered ideas 1 to 10. So this is going to be number 11 to 20. So here goes. So number 11, I would love to see what Inter Milan could change, and perhaps what Inter Milan could learn to advance for the future, to improve the team and improve the club itself, and like take it forward into the future. And also like yeah, maybe politicians and councillors, local politicians and councillors from Milan could like look at ways they could encourage investors and sponsors to invest in the local club and the infrastructure, and like give opportunities for young people. And even though Inter Milan and AC Milan are rivals, maybe they could still like look at ways they could get more young people into football, and talk about the health benefits of doing so, and things like that. So how people come together, cut crime through football, and maybe like for good behaviour, people can get to play football. So if they keep out trouble, other town teams could do the same, of course, but if they keep out trouble, they get to play football and things like that. So I think that would be a pretty neat idea as well. And as I say, politicians and councillors possibly offering tax exemptions and opportunities to invest in Milan. If for people who come in to invest in the football teams, they can invest in other infrastructure and things like that. So looking at ways to incentivize people to invest in Inter Milan and things like that. So again, look at ways to also support the academy, as well as support the club buying players and things like that. Number 12, I wonder what people think about, I know people might call it motivational, what's it called, manifesting madness, sorry, I nearly forgot the term there, but I wonder what people think about manifesting. So if Inter Milan fans like visualize Inter Milan doing well and think like positive thinking, the power of positive thinking and things like that, I wonder if that could help to attract investment. But maybe not, but I think it's just an idea that but look at ways again to encourage investment, and like if local Inter Milan fans, or even Inter Milan fans around the world, and invested into Inter Milan, and like they had a bank account where they could put money in, which was going to invest in the club, as I mentioned in part 1, maybe that could also help the club financially, which would obviously put it in a good financial position, and people would know it's a well-supported club. So potentially wealthy investors could invest, could be encouraged to invest. And I'd love to see a sort of fun sort of competition between like lots of the world's billionaires and richest companies, Fortune 500 companies, both all buying out or buying shares in both Milanese clubs to like compete with each other, so like having a friendly competition with each other. Number 13, I think that at the moment Italian football is going through a bit of a tough patch, so I hope that they can overcome some of those challenges somehow, and take on some of those negative situations or issues. Number 14, again, on that note, I hope they will be able to solve problems that they themselves and Italian football faces. And as often mentioned, I would love for Italians to, fans of Italian football, even though they might be rivals, when they play in the league, to support each other when they're playing non-Italian teams. So to want to see Italian teams do well in Europe and internationally. I was just as happy when Inter Milan won the World Club Cup as I was when, and the Champions League, as I was when I saw AC Milan win, and vice versa, because I love to see Italian teams do as well as possible. So I think it'd be great to see Italian teams like Inter Milan getting wealthy owners, and other clubs as well. So it's like a competition. So they have more competition with each other. I mean, but yeah. So hopefully Italian football can return back to some of those glory days. Number 15. I think it'd be great to hear from Inter Milan fans what they would love to see for their club, and things like that, for instance, and how they think the club should go forward, and Inter Milan fans perhaps sharing ideas generally, and like how to bring in people like the PIF, Public Investment Fund, and maybe like even other companies having co-sharing, having shares together in the club rather than just one or two shareholders and things like that. So I think it'd be great to see, I said before in part one, 5 to 10 year plans for Inter Milan, including youth development, as well as like in the short term buying good players, and look at ways where Inter Milan can do better in the Champions League, and again maybe even get to the World Club Cup and do well in that, and maybe even win it again. Again, bringing back the glory days to Inter Milan and to Italian football generally. Number 16, I hope to look into the best possible ways to benefit Inter Milan, and like maybe there could be think tanks. Again, former players could be ambassadors and also share their ideas about what they think could take the club forward and improve the club in the future, again to make it do better in Europe and internationally and things like that. Like for instance how to improve the finances and things like that, but also just different ideas for strategies and tactics, what they could learn from other clubs such as Chelsea or other clubs around the world. Number 17, again I'd love to see, and I think like using my imagination and all that, I'd love to see people like Elon Musk and some of the Fortune 500 companies and other world billionaires, some of the wealthiest people in the world and all that kind of thing, and even the wealthiest companies, possibly even companies like Microsoft and companies like that, maybe having friendly rivalries, like for instance Microsoft and Elon Musk and people like that, and companies like that could own shares in Inter Milan or equity in Inter Milan, and AC Milan could be co-owned by people like Apple, like companies like Apple and Jeff Bezos and people like that. So they could be like sort of friendly rivalry, and maybe even companies that co-own Inter Milan could like work together as well. They could open like a partnership between each other where they can network in other areas as well, to hopefully help through a partnership in co-owning Inter Milan. They could have a partnership in or a general partnership for their businesses, and it could help with their brand and things like that. So obviously there's an incentive of why, or a reason why companies want to invest in football teams nowadays. And I think it'd be great to see Indian companies like Reliance Industries, Tata, and companies like that co-owning Italian teams such as Inter Milan, and other companies across Asia and Africa and places like that. Again, they could have academies in those countries as well. And number 18, I think it'd be great to see like positive quotes and positive things about Inter Milan, and like celebrating some of the successes they've had. And again, looking, as I mentioned in point number 12, in terms of motivation or in terms of manifestation, maybe like positive affirmations, like looking at how Inter Milan achieved all these great things and maybe could achieve such again. Number 19, I think it'd be great if Inter Milan also took on problems and looked at ways to solve problems like through football, like fundraising through football and things like that, for instance. And number 20, I think it'd be great if older players taught younger players, and if Italian teams such as Inter Milan tackled hooliganism and crime through football. Like, so for instance, it gives people things to do, so hopefully that can get them out of crime. And also, instead of getting involved in football hooliganism, maybe some of the older people could learn how to, or use their time to do something more, arguably more constructive, like for instance, training some of the younger people about what they know about football and things like that. So basically older people, as I say, teaching younger people as much as possible what they know about football. So hopefully that will help them to develop. So hopefully, again, that would help Italian football to develop generally. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please let me know what you think. And sorry if I got nervous and stuttered on my words as usual, but hopefully I'm improving as I go along. So again, as ever, I'd love to hear what you think, and I am out. Peace out.